So this story started with Gi-hun, a loser who had no money. His family left him. Gi-hun now had no money to get his sick mom treated. He was in debt from head to toe. In such a situation, when he had no way, someone advised him to play the death game. About 500 people had come to play the death game. There was a robot in this game. Whoever made the slightest mistake, the robot would choose and kill him. To save his life, Gi-hun betrayed an old cancer patient and saved his life. And finally, he won the game and left. But the pain in his heart was that he was only one out of 500 who had won the game and left. The rest were killed during the game. After winning the game, he had a lot of money. But he did not touch the money because he regretted that everyone died because of him. Although he had not planned this game, then one day a strange man calls him to the hospital. Gi-hun was surprised to see that he was the same old cancer patient who had lost the game. He would have been killed, but now he was alive in front of him, and through him, he came to know the dark truth. That people just killed people here for their entertainment in this death game. This person who was a cancer patient was very bored in his life. And to have some fun in his life, he made this death game. Gi-hun was very angry at the mercilessness of that old man, and he decided that he would stop this game. After this, we met Junho, a police officer, whose brother had run away after doing some fraud with the police. While looking for his brother, Junho got a game card from his room. While investigating, Junho reached Gi-hun, and he found out that he was going to the game. And while following him, he somehow got into the game. He had not come to participate in the game. That's why he killed one of the guards of the game and took his disguise. Going to the game, he found out about the atrocity in this game. And he collected a lot of evidence against this game. And he also succeeded in running away from this island. He had also sent all the evidence to the police. But because there was no signal on the island, anything from Junho was not received by the police. The atrocity on him is that Junho was caught by the frontman. The frontman is the person who makes this game play. And here we were surprised to see that Junho's brother was actually the frontman. He showed his face before shooting Junho and shot Junho. After that, he thought that Junho is dead, and he picked up and threw Junho in the water. And here the recap of the first season ends. The story of the next season continues from here. At the subway station, we are now seeing Gi-hun, who is going to meet his daughter. As soon as he got off at the subway station, his eyes stopped at two men. One of the two men was the same man who gave Gi-hun a Squid Game card. He understood that now these people are gathering people for a new game. But now he will not let them succeed in their bad intentions. While running, he tries to reach that man. But he still took a little time. That man had gone from there. Junho took the card from that man, to whom the game man had given the card, and immediately called that number. As soon as he called, he threatened the front man. That I will not let you succeed in your intentions. I will not let this game run this time. Hearing his threats, the front man himself started threatening him. He tells him to go and meet his daughter. It is good if you do not get into trouble. Hearing this, he understood that the front man and his people were somehow keeping an eye on him. But how was this possible until now? He understood that there is definitely a tracker in his body. He immediately went to the washroom and started looking for the tracker in his body. And he also found the tracker in his body under his ear, which he cut from a cutter and removed. The scene was cut. Here we saw Junho, whom the front man had dropped into the water last season. It was found that a fisherman had rescued him from the water, and now he was admitted in the hospital. After a lot of days, Junho has regained consciousness. On the other hand, Gi-hun, who has removed the tracker from his body. After removing the tracker, he went underground, so that the Squid Game people could not track him. After that, he spent about 2 months in the season, and we were shown Junho, who is still looking for his brother. And he is in the traffic police. Along with finding his brother, his second mission was to stop the Squid Game, because he also saw how people were brutally killed in the Squid Game. When he started discussing this case with his senior, no one listened to him. Because when Junho sent all the evidence about the game to these people from that island, so they could not reach these people, and everyone believed that Junho was lying. After the scene was cut, we were shown Gi-hun, whom the front man had tracked. The front man knocks on his door. When Gi-hun opened the door in fear, the front man brought 2 severed heads in front of him, whose eyes suddenly opened. And here Gi-hun's eyes also opened, and we found out that this was just a dream of him. As soon as he got up, someone knocked on his door. He was a gangster, whom Gi-hun had given a lot of debt in last season. But now the gangster used to work for Gi-hun. Along with his friends, he used to find those people at the subway station who manipulate people for the Squid Game. Now the time had come when 2 years ago, Junho was engaged in the Squid Game. That's why now he gives the gangster the duty to locate the boys at every subway station, for which he had also given 1 million yen to the gangster. And he had also promised that if he could somehow find the man who has been fooling people in the Squid Game and is still fooling people, then Junho will give him 1 billion yen as a reward. As soon as he heard the reward money, the gangster's mouth was opened. He was also greedy for his boys, that whoever finds that man will get half the reward. Junho gave this greed so that everyone works hard. If this time he does not find that man, then he will have to wait for a whole year. And in this 1 year, many people will die through that game. On the other hand, Junho is also trying to find the island of the Squid Game. He is doing this work with the same fisherman who saved his life. From where Junho met that fisherman, these people had seen all the islands around him, but still could not reach the island of the Squid Game. The scene cuts and we are shown to the gangster who is training his new team. He told everyone that they have to find a man at the subway station who will be wearing a suit. He will have a briefcase full of money in his hand, and he will play the Squid Game with everyone. And after that, he will give them a card. Everyone starts their work, and after a lot of patience, the two men finally find that man. Playing the Squid Game with two people at the subway station, they send his location to their boss, the gangster, and Junho, and they start following him. One day, he went to the convenience store and bought a lot of breads and lucky draw cards and went to the beggars. In front of these beggars, he made two choices. 1 bread and 1 lucky draw. Almost everyone chose the lucky draw, but no one won. After that, this man put all the breads on the ground and started walking on it, and told people that I have not wasted this food, but you have wasted it. You all were greedy to win money. This man was preparing everyone's mind like this, and was judging how many people are greedy so that he can trap them in the game next time. Anyway, it is shown that Gi-hun's people are behind him here too, and they send this new location to Gi-hun. Gi-hun is driving fast to come here. So he doesn't know, he breaks a signal, and in this way, the traffic police stops him. At this time, Junho was in the traffic police, and he noticed that Gi-hun's behavior is a bit strange. He didn't apologize and shout for the challan, but tried to move forward after the challan, as if he is in a hurry or running after committing a crime. That's why he took out his information from Gi-hun's car number. Then he recognized Gi-hun's name, and he remembered that he had reached Squid Game last time while following Gi-hun. From here, Junho took Gi-hun's address. The scene shows that the two men who found the Squid Game guy, they decide to catch him before Gi-hun comes, and decide that they will divide the reward money. When they went near him to kill that man, then he became the victim of the man. When Gi-hun reached here, he saw blood on the road, and he understood that his people were killed by that cruel man. On top of that, he saw that the man was keeping an eye on Gi-hun. After Gi-hun left, when he came to the room, he found out that he has imprisoned Gi-hun's men. He also plays death game with them, because he also enjoyed playing death game. The game was for children, stone, paper, scissors, but he had a bet whoever loses will be killed. Similarly, when one of his men loses, this man shoots him and kills him, and then asks the other man for Junho's address. As soon as he found out Junho's address, he left that man and went from there. In the evening when Junho reached his house, that man was hiding in his house before him. He could have killed Gi-hun here, but as we saw earlier that he likes death game, now he decides to play death game with Gi-hun. Before playing the game, he told Gi-hun that he used to do the job of picking up dead bodies in Squid Game, but it was very boring. I like to kill people myself. That's why I requested the frontman to change my job. Instead, do you know what task the frontman gave me? He asked me to kill my own dad, and I picked up the gun and killed him. After that, the frontman gave me this gun, and now I can kill anyone. Gi-hun didn't pay much attention to what he was saying, and told him to give me the address of the frontman, with which he plans to end this game. But after hearing this, that man started laughing and said, "Okay, let's play a game. This is a gun in front of you, and there is only 1 bullet in it. It has 5 empty nodes. Let's shoot each other repeatedly. Whoever loses will be killed. And if I lose, then you will get the address of the front man from my pocket." Gi-hun started the game without fear and picked up the gun. Because the Squid Game had ended his fear of death, he shot himself repeatedly, and on the 4th time, when that man points a gun at himself, this time he has shot himself. He himself was trapped in his own trap, Gi-hun won. And now Gi-hun got the address of the front man from his pocket, before he could do anything about the address. His bad luck. Junho, who is a policeman, who was suspicious of him while driving in the afternoon. He reached his house, and as soon as he reached home, he heard the sound of a gun being shot, with which his suspicion really changed. That Gi-hun is a criminal. Immediately he broke the door and came inside. Considering Gi-hun to be a killer, he was about to encounter him at this time. At the right time, a man stopped him. This was the same guy with whom after playing the game. This Squid Game dead man tied him to his den. He was lucky. He escaped from there, to tell the whole truth to Gi-hun. But by the time he reached here, the whole atmosphere here had changed. He saved Gi-hun's life from Junwoo, and then told the whole truth to Junho about the death game, how this dead man played a death game with him and killed one of his colleagues, his boss. Moving forward, Gi-hun now tells Junho the whole story of the Squid Game, how everyone is killed in this game. He told Junho, "I am not bad. I just want to stop that game so that more innocent people can be saved." Junho also knew about the Squid Game. Junho told Gi-hun, "I followed you and reached that game. I went there and wore a guard suit and tried to talk to you many times, but you couldn't talk to me. I know that in that game, they kill everyone, and after killing what is done with those dead bodies, their organs are taken out and sold. I know all this. Even Gi-hun didn't know all these details." After hearing all this from Junho, he also decided to bring Junho with him, and told Junho his plan, that he will kill all the creators of the Squid Game. There is a front man whom he has never seen before. He comes wearing a black mask. He has made this game with an old cancer patient named Il. He wants to kill those people and end this game. The gangster had also heard all these talks. He tells them, "I also want to support you. I want to take revenge from them, for that innocent friend of mine, who was my right hand. And now I will not support you for money, but for your rights." After hearing this, Gi-hun also liked it, and he took them to his room, where there was a lot of money. He had won this money from the Squid Game, and now he will use this money to end the Squid Game. Gi-hun shows them that he had also purchased a lot of guns from the black market, and he had also made a secret place where he used to do his training. But all this was not enough. He needed a lot of people for the fight. Gi-hun now tells Junho to leave his police job so that these people can complete their mission well. The scene cuts. Now we are shown a new character, Noel. She is a poor girl, and her job is to make the children happy by wearing a bunny costume in the hotel. She doesn't even have a house to live. She lives in the basement of this hotel. In this job, a small girl has become very attached to Noel, who used to visit here every day. But the sad thing is that girl has bone marrow cancer, and to get the bone marrow transplant, her dad doesn't have much money, and now that girl is about to die. One day, that girl is admitted to the hospital in an emergency. After hearing this, Noel also goes to see her in the hospital. She wants to help this girl, but she doesn't even have money for herself. What will she save this girl? At night, we see Noel again in the parking lot, where two people came and gave him a Squid Game card. The scene gets cut, and we are shown Junho, who was sitting with his mom, and his mom was very sad, because she is waiting for Junho's brother to come. Junho knows that he will never come. The job he is in, he will not come home. But even after hearing all this, when his mom is not satisfied, then once again, he decides to look for his brother. The scene gets cut, and now finally, we see Gi-hun again, who is getting his teeth operated at this time. After getting one of his teeth removed, he has got a fake tooth fixed in his mouth, which has a tracker in it. Actually, tomorrow, he's going to meet the front man. That's why he has to do everything very carefully. They also want to catch the front man. And after the front man, they also want to catch all the shareholders of this Squid Game. It is known that that gangster who is in their group, he has included big commandos in his group through his links. Nothing is right or wrong for these commandos. These people work for money. Here we found out that they were also taking Noel to the Squid Game. Noel goes with them, but we found out that he was not hired as a gamer, but was hired as a security guard. Now Junho has finally come to that address with Gi-hun, which he got from that man's pocket. That was of the front man. This was the address of a club. Junho forbids going inside, because on that island, the front man had seen Junho. And when he goes inside, he can be recognized, and his mission can also fail. Both of them left Junho and decided to go inside. As soon as people went inside, then outside, Junho noticed that two guards, who are wearing Squid Game uniforms, they have gone inside this party. And with this, he understood that the front man has not come inside yet. Maybe these two. have come to check the security inside. Now the same thing that the front man is not inside. Junho wanted to tell his people, but when he went inside, he saw that the people of the front man have taken Gi-hun from the other door, with the help of the tracker in Gi-hun's mouth. These people tracked that car, in which those people had taken Gi-hun. Junho and his other companions started following that car, and at the right time, they attacked that car, and from there, they wanted to kidnap the front man. But the front man was not in that car, with the help of a device in that car. The front man was talking to Gi-hun, and with the sound coming from the tracker, Junho and his people thought that the front man is in that car. He was not able to tell his companions that the front man is not inside the car. Through that call, while talking to the front man, he tried to convince him that you stop this game, stop killing innocent people, on which the front man told him, I don't force anyone to get involved in this game. Everyone comes in the greed of money. The front man said, I am doing a social work. After hearing this, Gi-hun got angry and said, how can your work be called social work? You take advantage of people's helplessness and kill them. After hearing this, the front man started laughing and said, listen to me, those who agree to play this game. They have already lost in life. For this world, they are nothing more than a trash. And I am just killing that trash. And the rest of the people are getting entertained. What is wrong with this? On the other hand, we are shown outside this car that the front man's sniper, Junho, and his companions had punctured the car so that they could not follow him further. Knowing this, Gi-hun also tries to shoot the driver to get out of this car. But he found out that this whole car is bulletproof. Along with that, the driver is also wearing bulletproof clothes. And he is now stuck in this car. Seeing this, Gi-hun sat back, and now a new story began in his mind. I don't know what he thought, and he told the front man to take part in this game again, although he could not convince all of them. But now he thinks that he can go into the game and stop all the atrocities that are going to happen in this game. Now, the person who does not like this game at all played this game. It can be an amazing twist. That's why the front man enrolled him again in the game, and now after making him faint, they took him into the Squid Game. Junho immediately, to follow them, puts trackers inside a boat, and for the same fisherman, he goes to find that island, where they are taking Gi-hun. Here Gi-hun is shown again. He wakes up on the bed of Squid Game. He has been given his old number. Here, like before, there are many more people who are confused to see each other also, confused for games. Now guards come here and start telling them the rules of the game. After telling the rules, the guards showed the history of all of them. That here, only those people have come on whom there is a debt of millions. After telling all this, the guards told them that the winner will get 45.6 million yens. This game will have 6 rounds. 1 round will be played in a day, and after every game, voting will also be done, whether they want to continue this game or not, and if these people decide to stop the game, then all the players will be given the winning money divided. This was a new rule. Gi-hun found out that this is because of him. Moving forward, everyone signed the contract. Gi-hun saw almost all the rules were old, only a few were new. After this, here, one by one, all the players' pictures were taken. Then a famous Korean rapper also came. Seeing him, everyone was surprised. They wanted to get a picture taken with him. He promised everyone that as soon as he leaves, he will give everyone a picture. Here it was seen that Gi-hun's friend was also here, and these people met after almost 3 years because of Gi-hun's disappearance. His friend was very angry with him. Then Gi-hun says to him, I will go out and tell you all the truth. You have come to the wrong place. You shouldn't have come. And now, if you love your life, then as I say, you have to do that. Well, the game was about to start, and everyone came to the ground. This was an old ground. Gi-hun understood that this game is also old. The scene was cut. Now we were shown Jinho, he who wets. While tracking, Gi-hun's tracker reached the island. But here, he did not find any facility in which the game is being played. While tracking the tracker, these people reached a fisherman, and it was seen that Gi-hun's tracker was lying here in the bushes. Seeing this, they started hitting the fisherman and started investigating him about this tracker. Then the fisherman replied that I got this bait for free. There in the game, Gi-hun was worried that why Jinho and his team did not reach to rescue all of them. Is there something wrong with his tracker, hiding from the camera, when he takes out his broken tooth from his mouth? Seeing this, he was surprised that there was no tracker in it, and the game people before coming to the game took out his tracker tooth, and he understood that now he is in a big trouble. How could he save someone he himself cannot get out of this game? Still, he had the intention to save everyone's life. That's why he said to everyone that you all will play this game, as I will say, or else you all will be killed. Now the game had also started, Gi-hun guiding everyone with his experience. At that time, he was moving forward when the doll's mouth was behind. All the people were listening to Gi-hun, but a lot of people did not believe that Gi-hun was telling the truth. Similarly, the rapper sees fly under the ear of a girl and tells to fly it. That girl turns around and sees him and starts laughing. The doll detected her movement and shot her in the head with a sniper and got her killed. Due to this, everyone started running away in panic. Although Gi-hun was trying to stop them, whoever moved got killed. Now everyone believes that Gi-hun is right. Gi-hun now tells everyone to move in line, due to which the doll can't detect very little of their movement. Everyone panicked. To control this panic condition, the rapper takes his own drug and gets unconscious and pushes a lot of people in front of him. Due to this, the snipers shoot them and all of them get killed. After which, as soon as the doll moves back, everyone runs towards the racing line. A lot of people cross the line, but here a man asked for help from Gi-hun, whom the people here had shot at his feet to kill him, but he survived. A player named Kat and Gi-hun, by giving him support. They save him and bring him to the other side of the line, but unfortunately a sniper shot him in the head and killed him. And this sniper was No-ul. Due to this act, all the guards were also angry. No guard shot at the head here. By shooting at the head, people's body organs were damaged quickly, which these Squid Game people had to sell. Anyway, in the next scene, Junho is shown, who is now worried that where to find Gi-hun. He understood that there would be no Squid Game facility on any nearby island because the game people had sent him here. For now, these people plan to return from here because a storm is also coming in this sea. Anyway, after the scene cut, we are shown all the players again. All the players were very much worried about the death in the game. Now, as soon as the guards come to their room, everyone gets even more scared and apologizes to them and says, "Please spare our lives." But the guards came to tell them the new rules of the game. The guards said that out of 500, only 365 people are left after this game. He tells everyone to look up in the money box, where a lot of money had fallen. The guards say that voting will take place now, and if everyone decides to leave from here, then this money will be divided among everyone. Now the guards told them their winning amount. If that amount was divided among everyone, then each person would get very little money, and everyone's loan was more than that. That's why a lot of people decided to continue the game. Seeing everyone's decision change, Gi-hun explains to everyone that if we stay here, we will be killed anyway. Don't be greedy, vote to leave from here. Hearing this from Gi-hun, a tantric sitting behind all of them, who was also a player, says that our death will come where it is written. Don't be afraid of death. After hearing this, everyone started voting. Gi-hun was the first to move forward, and he voted to stop the game. People moved forward one by one, and a lot of people were voting not to stop the game. And seeing this, Gi-hun was in a deep pain. Finally, the voting was tied. Half of the people decided to leave, and half of the people decided to stay here. Now there was only one person whose vote had all these results, and that was number 1. Now number 1 player came forward and he decided to stop the game here. And because of only one person, the game continued. We saw that this person is no one else but Inho, the front man, who himself has come here as a player. Now after this, we are shown the coffins of the dead people, some of which had crosses marked on them. This meant that their organs were to be taken out. 2 men were working on this, but they only got usable organs from one body. They guessed that one of the security guard deliberately shot people in the head, which caused the organs to fail quickly. This was ruining their business, so they immediately informed the front man about it. The scene then shifts to all the players. Gi-hun is extremely worried, because he knows that anyone who participates in this game ends up dying. During this, In-hon approached the other players and came to him, and said, "Look, you've participated in this game before. You're experienced. You can help us save people's lives and still win the money." After hearing this, Gi-hun explained that the last time they played a game called the Dakji game, where they had to carve out shapes from sugar candy. The triangle was the easiest shape, while the umbrella was the hardest. Hearing this, In-hon remarked, "Whoever chose the umbrella must be the biggest fool." This made Gi-hun recall that in the last season, Gi-hun had chosen the umbrella. All the crowd left, and alone, they asked Gi-hun, "Why did you come back here? You already have a lot of money." Gi-hun got upset and replied, "That money wasn't mine, it belonged to the people who died. and even the money we win here will belong to the dead people. He says, "Don't think too much." Hearing this, Ji-hun lashed out and said, "You could have stopped this game. Why didn't you stop it?" They responded, "Because many people want to play this game to win money. Their debt is far greater than the amount we won yesterday." Ending the discussion, Ji-hun's friend said, "All right, fine. We need to plan a new strategy for the next games to save as many lives as possible." On the other side, we see another debate going on somewhere. A YouTuber named Jiang was there. Alongside with this, he dealt in digital currency, and many people have invested with him. Including the rapper Thomas, due to a downturn, all of his money was lost. That's why he had joined the game. Thomas and his other associates began beating him, saying, "You need to return our money." Ji-hun and his friend stopped the fight. After this, everyone went back to their beds. While lying down, they apologized to Ji-hun for their behavior and explained that he had to stay in the game because his wife was suffering from liver cancer. She also needed a liver transplant, and when he gathered a lot of money for it, taking out loans. His department suspected him of corruption. As a result, he lost his job and was left with a huge debt. Now, he can't leave this place without money. Seeing his emotional state, Ji-hun understood his compulsion. He decided to join everyone in the next game. The scene cuts, and we see that a new frontman had called Noel because she had been shooting people in the head. When the frontman questioned her about this, she explained that the previous frontman had instructed her to kill useless people. She said, "I shoot them in the head because they are still alive." The frontman tells her not to shoot their head again. "Listen, we take out their organs, and those organs can save many lives. So, remember, from now on, you will not shoot anyone in the head. Otherwise, we'll sell your organs too. And I know you want to stay alive to get your daughter back." Through this conversation, we learned about Noel's story. She had once been part of the Korean military, but during a war in which she participated, her daughter went missing. To this day, she is still searching for her. The scene then shifts to Junho, who is in his office asking for help from the commissioner, explaining the entire story. However, since he has no evidence, the commissioner tells him, "You know we can't take any action without proof, and your story isn't very believable. It seems like your mental health is not good." Saying this, the commissioner goes from there. It reveals to us that Junho has lost his job. Despite this, Junho refuses to give up. He reunites his old team to locate the Squid Game island. The scene cuts back to the game, where the Dakji has started again. Following Gi-hun's advice, everyone chose the triangle. However, when they opened their boxes, each triangle was filled with many tiny triangles. Seeing this, everyone was shocked and began to shout at Junho. Gi-hun also became nervous, but then he woke up, realizing it was all just a dream. Meanwhile, everyone else had also woken up, and it was time for the second game. They were taken to a new ground, where Ji-hun was surprised and confused, because he had never played this game before. Everyone came to him asking about the game, but Ji-hun said that this game was new to him, and I had no idea about it. Hearing this, everyone got angry, before they attack him. Just then, In-ho stepped in and stopped the fight. They were then told to form teams of 5. Danny, who was pregnant and Jang's ex-girlfriend, Jang approached her to join his team, but she refused, because she didn't want to be with him anymore. She then went to Gi-hun's team and asked him, "Please, let me join your team. I'm pregnant, and no one else is willing to take me." They agreed and they formed a team together. On the other side, another team was shown, consisting of Kat, Maddie, and a mother and son, Park and Jung. Tantric eventually joined their group as well. Once the teams were formed, they were told that each team's feet would be tied together. They were all required to move together in a circle, and after 5 meters, there would be a game they had to play to continue progressing. They also needed to complete their circle within a given time. As soon as they heard about the game, everyone started coordinating, with each person taking responsibility for the game they were good at. The game started, and the first 2 teams were given the chance to play together. The first team played tag very well and advanced quickly, but they failed to hit the stone with another stone. The stone went ahead of them, and when they moved to get it, they fell. Time was wasting a lot. They complete this round and go ahead. The next challenge was to roll a top, which one of their team members failed to do on the first try, but managed to do correctly on the second attempt. On the other hand, the second team had already struggled in their first round. Eventually, time ran out, and the people of the Squid Game killed the other team members. The team that has completed many rounds couldn't complete its circle on time, so they were shot and killed. Seeing this, everyone gets nervous and scared. Everyone's dead bodies were taken out, and one of them was still alive. He didn't die. They picked up his body in a coffin and put a cross mark on his coffin. Meanwhile, No-Ul came and shot the man in his head and killed him. This was seen, but the front man. Because of her action, the front man and his people got angry. Well, it was the turn of the next team. It was Kat's team, and she managed her team and took them ahead. They had to play Dakji, in which the girl couldn't move her card. Kat advised her to hold the card upside down. In this way, she had rotated her cards straightly. Finally, they moved ahead, and they had to hit a stone with a stone. The boy, too, couldn't hit the stone for the first time. Kat advises everyone to move together. They take the stone and take it backwards again. His mom tells him to recall the man who had looted all of your money. Hearing this, the boy got angry, and he hit the stone right, and won this round. These people moved ahead again, and this time, they had to take 5 dice and catch them together. Jung couldn't do it on the first attempt, and at this time, her son encouraged her and said to recall the girl for whom dad had left you. Thinking this, she threw the 5 dice and caught them. Soon, they completed this round and moved ahead. The next turn was of Tantric, who had to roll the top, but she could not do it. When she couldn't do it in first and second attempts, she began to cry and said that we all will die. Seeing her broken, Kat slaps her badly. By putting the top near her, she said, "If you don't do it, I will kill you." She became afraid of Kat, and she rolled the top, and finally, they won this round as well. In the next round, they have to roll the pomp with their feet. Kat has to do this task. She makes everyone's face aside, and she rolls the pomp 5 times very easily, and they move ahead. Finally, they have completed their circle before time. Their victory made them happier, as if everyone have won. The other team members, who couldn't complete their round on time, were shot and killed. The game goes on. Some won and some lost. Lost team was shot, and it was Gi-hun's team's turn. They give best wishes to the other team and move ahead to play the game. The first game was played by Danny, and the second game was played by Gi-hun's friend. The third game was played by one of their team members, Lee, who easily holds 5 dice and rolls them. He told them that he is an expert in this game because he used to play it with his sisters. In-ho had to play the fourth game to roll the top. He couldn't do in the first attempt, and they go ahead and hold the top together. The next time, when he was doing this, he threw the top backwards, and no one understood his move. Well, they brought the top from behind. In-ho acted as if he was quite sad with this defeat. He began to beat him, and Gi-hun advised him to recall how you used to do it in your childhood. This time, In-ho has rolled the rice properly. The next turn was of Gi-hun, who had to hit pomp with his feet. He did it very well in his 4 attempts, but on the 5th attempt, the pomp moved ahead. Before the top falls, In-ho makes Gi-hun's feet move ahead and makes him win this game. They were quite happy to win this game before time. But the team in front of them, either on time or before time, couldn't complete the task. And the team was killed in this way. Gi-hun was quite sad to see this. They came to their room, and many people were quite sad to see them alive, because they thought that the victory money will be divided. Meanwhile, the guards enter the room and show them the price to win, and told them that this time, 110 people had been killed, now 255 people have survived. According to this, now each winner could get 78 million yens. Now there will be voting, and if everyone votes to stop this game, the money will be divided among everyone. A lot of people find this money too little. Gi-hun tells his team to vote to stop this game. I will give you the money that you want after going from there. Gi-hun's team agreed to him, and first of all, In-ho voted to stop this game. The second turn was of Park, and his mom, Jung, tells him to vote to stop this game. Our money will be sufficient to pay our debt. But Park decided to continue this game, because he was highly indebted, and he didn't tell his mom about this. The voting goes on, and we see that many people voted to continue this game. Seeing this, In-ho and Gi-hun began to shout at them, and said despite so many people's death, you have to continue this game. Meanwhile, an uncle said, don't you know how much debt we have, and we've to go from here after taking the money. Similarly, another boy said, if I go out, I will be killed. It would be better to earn money here or die. Gi-hun had no answer to them. Now the voting has ended, and Gi-hun has to vote at the last. Gi-hun has voted to end this game, but there was no benefit of his vote, because the majority of them wanted to continue this game. When the voting ends, Park notices that Jung, his mom, is angry. He goes to her and starts to convince her. Mom, I have a lot of debt on me. The people I've taken the loan from are quite dangerous. If I didn't return their money, they will take out my organs and sell them. Hearing to him, Jung forgave him. Park promises his mom that next time, I will vote to stop this game. Here we see Gi-hun's friend Jang. He also voted to continue this game. Because of his action, Gi-hun was broken. He even promised that he will give them the money. Then Jang apologizes to him and said that I have to return a huge sum of money to a man. I had to take the money and go. But I promise that the next time I will vote to stop the game. He was quite sad and said that in the next game, maybe we'll have to kill each other. Hearing this, everyone got sad. They've some extra food that they gave to Danny because she was pregnant. She needed to eat a lot of food. The scene cuts and we see Jang and Thomas, the rapper, in the washroom. The rapper surrounded Jang and said that you are my debtor and my slave. You'll win the money and give me. Jang told him that I have no fault in your loss. You've taken shares at my behest. But when I told you that this is the time to sell them, but you didn't sell in greed. You've lost you money at Ones. I don't have any fault. The rapper doesn't listen to him and said whatever it is, win and give my money back to me. Hearing this, Jang begins to smile and says, if I won this money, you would have died. Hearing this, the rapper got so angry that he holds his neck and begins to beat him. At the same time, Gi-hun's team came and make them stop. They came to their room, and Gi-hun tells them that we've to guard us one by one, because I saw that people become animals for the sake of money, and kill the members of the other teams, so that they can get the prize money. Later, we see Jae-hun guarded along, and then Jang woke up and said, you sleep, now I will guard. I still remember that you came to me for the money last time, but if I had, I would have given you. Gi-hun didn't say anything to him. Here we see from their conversation that their friendship is deeper and older. Since their childhood, their school and even their job was together. In-ho can also guess this from their conversation. Leaving everything, Jang asks Gi-hu, you had a lot of money, then why did you come in this game? He didn't reply but asked a new question from Jang. If I die in this game, what would you do with that money? Hearing this, he got sad and said, don't talk like this. We'll go out together. Gi-hun said, I also want this. To go out alive together, but now, I am losing. These people are not understanding me. Well, the scene cuts and we again see Junho, who sets his journey to find Gi-hun. There is a new day there. Everyone is asked to get ready for the game. Along with this, all the guards were also ready. All the players were taken to a big hall. There was a rotating stage on which everyone had to stand up there. As soon as the stage moves, they will given a number. They'll have to make a team of that number and go to a room and lock it. Later, the rest of people will be killed. If there will be less or more people in the room than allotted, they will also be killed. Hearing this, everyone start to make a strategy that how they will play this game. The stage begins to move and they were given number 10. Within 30 seconds, they had to go into a room and make a team of 10. Gi-hun's and Kat's team went into a room and locked the door. 30 seconds were over, and the remaining people outside were shot by the guards. Seeing this, Gi-hun got quite sad. Tantric was also in that room. She said that you all are alive because of me. As soon as she said this, everyone looks at her, Gi-hun as well. She looked at Gi-hun and said, if you're still alive, it means something big has to happen. No one was bothering her. They came near the stage for the next round. The stage rotated, and they were given number 4. They immediately broke their team and came toward the room. Kat's team left Tantric and went to the room, while Gi-hun's team left In-ho. Later, the remaining people were killed like before. Guards saw that there were 3 people in a room. Guards hold them and killed them too. When they came out of the room, Tantric was looking at them in a strange way, while Gi-hun and his team was worried for In-ho. But In-ho was satisfied and said that I befriend people soon. So I am alive. Now the next round starts, and they were given number 3. They again break their team and move ahead. Jung wanted to go with her son Park, but 2 boys forcibly took him with them in a room. Jung got upset to see that her son has left her. She was standing there, and Gi-hun and In-ho came to her and took her into a room. Sitting there, Jung was quite sad, because her son doesn't care about her even if she dies. Hearing her, Gi-hun and In-ho also became upset. They again came out of the room. Here Park was upset because he left his mom. Jung hugged and managed him. Kat and Maddie also hugged Jung, who were saved by a man, and now he also became the member of their team. The next round was also started, and they got number 6 this time. These people again started to make a new team. Maddie and Kat's team moved toward a room by taking Danny from Gi-hun's team. By mistake, Maddie was pulled away and remained behind. Meanwhile, Jang comes immediately and locks their room. Maddie left outside, and she died of being shot in front of them. Kat was quite sad by her death. When she came in the game, she befriended Maddie first. She began to get angry at Jang. Jang tells her, "If I didn't come on time and lock your room, you all would have died. Be thankful to me. I have saved your life." Because Maddie couldn't come inside at the right time. He was right, so everyone's anger cooled down. Now, the next round was started. Inho thought they will choose number 2. Because there are 50 rooms and there are 126 people. As Inho said, they were given the number 2. Everyone rushed toward the room after making a team of 2 people. The room in which Inho and Jang went, another man came there. If guards had seen them, they would have shot them. To save his life, Inho holds the neck of the third man and kills him. Seeing this, Jang became nervous. He understood that Inho was quite dangerous. The game was ended, and they came to their rooms. It was shown that the dead people were being put in the coffins. Those who died badly, and their organs can't be taken out, were burnt, and they took out the organs of the rest of them. The scene cuts, and we see Junho in the boat, who was trying to search for the right island with drone, on which he tells him to find those islands which they've never searched for. Junho agreed to him. Through drones, they see the island on which there was a small gate. Junho understood that the facility must be under that gate. He immediately sent his people there. When his people went there and opened that cabin, there was a huge blast, in which a lot of his team members were killed. This gave him a big shock. He understood that the game people have installed this function, so the others can be distracted and killed. The scene cuts, and we're shown the scene of the game again. Where all the players are talking about the games, Tantric comes and tells the team of Kat, "You've thrown me out of your team now, see? Now, I give you a curse that you'll all die like Maddie." Hearing this, Jung said, "Nothing will happen with your words." Now Jang comes to Danny. He wants to adopt her son. He sees Danny will now vote to stop the game. Later, we'll leave from here and invest the money in the stock, and will lead a good life. Hearing this, Danny got angry and said, "Even today, you didn't come for me, but for my money. You do whatever you want with your money. I will raise my child with this money." Saying this, she left. On the other side, we see Ji-hun and Inho, who've counted all the people who wanted to stop the game. The people who wanted to stop the game were more than the people who wanted to continue the game. Then Gi-hun, after seeing the situation, said, "We should talk to people and ask them to stop the game." Inho said, "Look, we can't do this. In this situation, those who want to continue the game will be furious. There will be a fight, and people will begin to beat each other. This is what those people wanted." Now the voting was about to start. Before the voting, guards tell them that now 100 people are left. If 100 out of 100 decide to leave the game, everyone will get 365 million yens. That was almost sufficient for all. Voting was started, and it quite critical this time, because the people who wanted to end this game were same in the number with those greedy ones who wanted to continue it. It was shown that a girl has voted to continue the game at Tantric's behest. Because of this, the number of people who wanted to continue increased. The best thing was that the vote of Inho was left. Everyone was afraid, especially Jang, who has seen his action in the room to kill a man. He was about to tell Gi-hun about this. Meanwhile, Inho voted in favor and interrupted him. Everyone was happy, but the voting was tied up. There was no result of this voting. Now guards tell them that voting will be resumed in the morning. There is no decision till morning. All of those who voted to end this game, they were all sitting worried about what will happen in the morning. A man advises that they will convince one of them with us. Hearing this, Park said, "If you vote to end this game, I will give a meal party to all of you." But the team next to them got angry with his words. The uncle in the next team said, "If you all die, we will get a lot of money." A boy named Lee came and said, "If the game won't end, you'll die." This leads to a fight. They came in a line, seeing them fighting. Gi-hun notices that today they were given forks with meal. If they fight, they can use it as a weapon. The scene shifts to the washroom, where we see the rapper is frightening a man, because he voted to end this game, while the rapper had asked him to vote to continue the game. Seeing this, Jang came and said, "You can't force anyone to vote. Their argument leads to a fight." Jang wanted to avoid this fight, but the rapper overpowered him, and was about to kill him by strangling his neck. Then Jang unwillingly attacked him with the fork and killed him. He put the fork in his neck, and he died out of this. After the death of the rapper, it was shown that the fight was not only between Jang and the rapper, but everyone was fighting. The guards were guarding outside the washroom, because they wanted this fight to continue. It was announced in the hall how people got murdered while fighting in the washroom. Because of their death, their amount has increased. After doing this, they came to the hall and told how the fighting was started in the washroom because of the voting. The scene cuts and we see Junho's boat. A man's health was deteriorating, and when he came out to vomit, that the fisherman, whom Junho was thinking his friend, he is messing up in his system. It was revealed to us that he is a game team member. When the fisherman sees that Junho's guard has seen him, he throws him into the water. Meanwhile, Junho came after hearing the noise. The fisherman excuses that everything is open here. I came here to see it. Here from a flashback, we learn that Inho, the frontman, has sent him here to keep his brother Junho away from him, and also to take care of Junho. It is shown in the game that these people are meeting each other, that how the death of new people has impacted voting. It reveals that 2 people died who wanted to continue this game. One man from Gi-hun's team died. If there was voting tomorrow, they would have won. But Gi-hun knows that voting will not happen in such way. They will surely kill any of us at night. The scene cuts and we're shown the guards, who are busy with their illegal activities. They leave here through the waterways to take the organs, so the organs can be sold at good prices. It was shown that some guards got ready by the black mask. Because a new game was about to continue, that is a murder game. Gi-hun informed his team that surely they would try to kill us at night. It has happened in the past as well. Everyone got afraid. Now, Gi-hun tells everyone that if we want to save our lives, we should kill the members of the game, but it is not easy. But Gi-hun said not that much. We can do if we want. The authorities live on the upper floors. We'll kill the guards and take their guns, and kill the authorities so the game can be ended. Inho said this is a dangerous way. Our people can also die in this. Gi-hun said the chances of our people's death are less, because they don't know that we're going to kill the authorities. Hearing this, Inho looked strangely and said, really, they have no idea. The scene cuts, and we see the late night time. Gi-hun and his team members hid under the bed, because they knew that a lot of people would die in the upcoming fight. Their team members hide so they can't be seen and killed in the morning. Gi-hun also knows that the guards don't want to kill many people. If many people die, there will be no fun in their game. When the people who wanted to continue the game attacked Gi-hun's team, the guards immediately came to stop the fight. The guards begin to check the lying people if they die. The alive team of Gi-hun was also hidden there. They became successful in snatching the guns of the guards. Actually, it was their plan that they would act to die during the fight. When the guards approach them, they will take their guns. And with the same guns, they will attack the authorities. Seeing this, many guards came to rescue their guards and control the people. To save Gyu's life, Inho takes the gun and kills his own guards, because he doesn't want anyone to doubt him, that he himself is the authority. Seeing this, the new frontman called his guards to his room. They began to go out, but the door was closed before a guard's departure, and he surrendered himself in front of them. But Gi-hun doesn't kill him. One of Gi-hun's men wanted to kill the people of the other team, who attacked Gi-hun's team, but he stopped him, and says that we'll not kill them. He was stubborn to kill them, because they became inhuman for the sake of money. Gi-hun tells him if we kill them, there will be no difference between us and them. We didn't take these weapons to kill them. We've taken these weapons to kill those who have made this heinous game, and those who are running it. Now the wartime started and they've to move ahead. Inho says that we've to fight now. Maybe we won't get a chance after it. Many people moved ahead. Park also wanted to join them, but Jung stopped him. Many people moved ahead for the war. Inho took their guns and Kat taught them to shoot, as she was a member of the military first. After getting ready, Gi-hun puts off the mask of guard and sees that he was a young child. Seeing this, he tells him to take us to your boss. This guard begins to tell them the way. When they go out, they see many guards attacking them. They also countered back as well. There was a terrible situation of the war. A lot of guards were dying from their bullets, and they were surviving from them. Kat did a great job. She shot and broke all the CCTV cameras there, so no one can keep an eye on them. Finally, they reach the control room. The guard tells Gi-hun that you can open the control room with the help of a mask. As soon as he gave him his mask, he saw Frontman behind him. Seeing this, he was shocked. Frontman, who was a player at this time, Indroho. Before they could reach control room, the guards begin to shoot at them. They cannot counterattack as they ran out of the magazines. Gi-hun, after taking the mask of the boy, had opened the control room. He moved ahead with Jang and informed Inho about security guards with walkie-talkie. After going inside, Jang and Gi-hun begin to kill the guards, and begin to move ahead. The Black Masked Man has seen them with CCTV coming inside and sends his whole team of guards to stop them. On the other side, it is shown that the guards are still shooting at them, and they ran out of the bullet. A lot of people came near Jang and Gi-hun. They can overpower them. So he immediately asked In-ho to come inside, but In-ho told him that he had run out of the bullets. He asked them to bring magazines from the room, which guards have in extra quantity. He has to do it at the behest of Gi-hun. It was late for In-ho to come, and Gi-hun needed bullets for his safety. Jang gave him cover and he shot the guards from upstairs. Those guards which they've killed, Gi-hun went to them and took their magazines. It was seen that Lee had come to the hall, and he started collecting the magazines of the guards. Park also helped him in this task. On the other side, we are shown that In-ho felt that Gi-hun after taking the magazine and killing his guards. Seeing the situation getting worse, he came to Gi-hun. To distract Gi-hun, he said, "I saw a map, and I think there is a back door to go to the control room. I will go there and will inform you. You go to the control room from there." Gi-hun agrees to him, and after coming to his words, he gave his last magazine to him. It is shown here that as soon as Lee goes upstairs to take the magazines, the sounds of the bullets make him afraid. Kat was calling him upstairs by walkie-talkie, but he throws walkie-talkie because he doesn't have enough courage to go upstairs. Hearing this, Kat abuses him and decided to go downstairs to take the magazines. We're seen In-ho, who went from the back way, but he has to take a new cover. He acted and informed Gi-hun through walkie-talkie as if he got injured in the attack of the guard. He makes Gi-hun listens to a voice of an injured man. From Gi-hun thought that he is really injured. Then In-ho killed the man with his gun. Gi-hun was listening to this all through walkie-talkie. Now, Gi-hun thought as if In-ho had died, and it made him really upset. He was considering him his true friend. He doesn't know that In-ho is the biggest traitor. Kat, who was running outside with magazines, a lot of guards came in their rooms. Kat first wanted to kill them, but Jung stopped her and said, "Don't kill them." I don't know why she listens to her. Because of not reaching outside on time, everyone was in a position to surrender. Because the guards were more in number, and they couldn't fight. Similarly, the guards came and killed them all one by one. The scene cuts, and it is shown that Gi-hun and Jang have also surrendered. Because they run out of bullets. The front man comes in front of them, that is In-ho. He asked him, "Gi-hun, you must have enjoyed coming here, but whatever you did, it wasn't good. You will be punished for it." He points his gun at him, but he kills his friend Jang. So his heartache increases. Gi-hun shouted aloud after seeing his friend dying. The season ends here, with a lot of mysteries. Who won? Who got the money? Whether Junho be able to find them? We will see this all in the next season.